All right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Mashaba. Come back at you with another lesson. First, before I get into it, I'm going to give all the honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakadash. Second thing that I'm going to do is give the honor to all the elders and apostles of the millstone. And salutations to all of you brothers that are pushing the truth with both sincerity and maturity. All right, so what I wanted to get into with this lesson is the topic of, the title says, studying is as vital as breathing in this truth, which is 100% true. Because, the Lord, let's put it like this. All right. It was given birth to as a baby. All right. Out the womb, you alive, right? But, as a baby, as a just newborn baby, we got to breathe if we want to survive, right? So the Lord could put that understanding in our mind. But if we're not breathing / studying, we gonna be dead. We're not gonna make it nowhere. Okay? Which is, we're gonna be a dang near a stillborn baby, man. All right? So that's why studying is as vital as breathing in this truth, and I'm about to break it down. All right, with pure precept. All right. This is 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to shew thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right. And so, yeah, man. All right. So we got to study. All right. That's one point. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh. All right. So not only studying so that we can go out here and preach the truth rightly, but also studying so the Lord can see that you put it into work and you really try to, understand these scriptures, man. All right. But let's go into that word, that phrase, rightly dividing. Okay. Orthomeo, I think. To cut straight ways. To proceed on straight paths, hold a straight course, equivalent to doing right. To make straight and smooth, to handle. All right. To teach the truth directly and correctly. All right. So let's now read that precept again, but read it as that. Study to show thyself, 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needs not to be ashamed, correctly divine the word of truth. Hold on, select. Yeah, to teach the truth directly and correctly. So directly and correctly dividing the word of truth, man. All right, because and not like these preachers out here, man. That's why we gotta have understanding, because they don't really even have understanding for real. That's why they read 3 precepts in their sermon. All right, maybe a couple more, but it's still the same thing with the entirely wrong breakdown. All right, and then they, put on their choir show for the next hour, man. All right, sweating like a motherfucker in there. Okay, because they do be sweating. All right, it must be the more sweat, the more they sweat, the more money Esau give them or something. All right, but yeah, man. So we gotta, be able to, we gotta study so we can be able to correctly and directly teach this truth, man. All right. So yeah, man. This is Proverbs 20:4. When thou plow by reason of the cold, therefore he shall beg and harvest and have nothing. So yeah, man. Not studying is a sluggard act, and you will be found out a lot sooner than later, man. All right. And another reason I wanted to go into this video, there was a brother that, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he had left. He had came back in the truth, and he had assumedly after left again. All right, and he didn't know who Moses' brother was. All right, that's crazy, man. I bet you a dang uh, a kindergartner to cut can answer a question like that, man. All right, but that just goes to show, how you gonna be found out if you're not studying, man. Not knowing who Aaron brother is. That's crazy. All right, but yeah, man. Hold on, this is Ezekiel 3 and verse 1. Oh, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, talking about the scriptures, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So one, how can you, really be preaching and teaching if you ain't, really read your whole roll? All right. If you ain't really, got, into the scriptures, and even if you do read your whole roll, read it again. All right. I'm doing that right now, and just keep on reading and reading and reading. All right. You can always learn, find something new, man. It happens. And I'm telling you, it's such a start. It's such a big difference when you're reading for the very first time, you're finishing your role for the very first time, and you're going over it the second time. It's like a whole new. It's like dang near a whole new book. All right, because now you got all those breakdowns throughout the years, and all that understanding on the second breakdown that you didn't really have previously. I mean, on the first read. All right, so just reading it the second time is just wooing, man. All right, because you was just asking all these questions on the first read, like who is this? Why did he do that? Why the Lord did this? Stuff like that. But when you read it the second time, of course, always still gonna have we always still gonna have questions, but it's just with all that now on the second read, it's like, dang, man, I missed that. Dang, man, now I know why he did that for real. Dang, man, this prophecy connects to that prophecy. All right, that's what it feels like. All right. Continuing in this Ezekiel 3 verse 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. So just like the precept I last read, we got to be teaching the truth directly and correctly, man. And we can only do that through studying. All right. Hold on. Select it. Sorry, no, I didn't. This is 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Yahweh may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So yeah, man. All right, so yeah, man. And how we gonna get that inspiration? And how you gonna get that inspiration if you never read it, man? All right, and you can ask, really any athlete or whoever, who's your biggest inspiration? All right, they're gonna say Kobe, LeBron, Steph, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, Randy Moss, whoever. All right, if they never, seen any of them players play, they wouldn't have that inspiration. Just like how if we ain't read the scriptures, we wouldn't have the inspiration, or the knowledge. All right. This video was made by, inspiration, man. The Lord, he gave me the understanding, but through my reading, through my works, I was inspired to make this lesson of studying. About studying, man. All right, you see how that works? That's why studying is as vital as breathing in this truth. Okay, man, you can't get nowhere without it. How you gonna do anything without knowing what you're doing? All right. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 17. For the very true beginning of her is a desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. So yeah, all right, so we got a desire to be disciplined, and a desire to study. All right. Verse 18, and love is the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. All right, so we got to read these laws. We got to be able to understand them. When somebody asks, "Oh, can I do this?" You got to be able to give them a direct and correct answer. All right, and break it down to them. All right. Verse 19, and corruption maketh us near unto Yahweh. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. All right. Remember that. Therefore, the desire of wisdom brings to a kingdom. How you gonna have wisdom if we're not, reading, man? All right. That's why we got that desire to have it. Okay, man. Let's say it again. Studying is as vital as breathing in this truth. Period. Point blank. All right, but that's all I wanted to get into with this lesson. So with that, I hope it was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Chakodash. Second thing I want to do is give double honors to all the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to all of you brothers that are pushing the truth with both sincerity and with charity. Shalom, wa Kwam Yasharala, wa Ababa Ball. Shalom, Makim, stay faithful.